Joining me now is a partner at Thompsons, Solicitors, Patrick McGuire. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
How many people have you got on your books waiting for this law to come into force?
Well, currently my firm are acting for in excess of 150 people, but I think there's little doubt that there are many more survivors out there who will now come forward.
And do you think that there will be a substantial amount of new cases because of this change?
I've little doubt that the number of survivors coming forward will be substantial. The Scottish Government, I think, estimated a figure of around 2,000 to 2,200 survivors. I don't think anyone can really know that figure. That's one of the things, no doubt, that the public inquiry that's currently looking into in-care abuse will consider and may arrive at a figure. But from the survivors I've spoken with the charities that I discuss things with regularly every day, there's no doubt there are many more survivors out there. And now that this law has changed, they should all come forward.
Now, this applies to people who are making allegations of abuse after 1964. What about those who suffered abuse before that time?
Well, as the law currently stands, even with this change, the survivors who were abused before 1964 don't have the benefit of this new law. There's a very long and complex explanation as to why that's the case. Is to do with how the law changed over the years, and in fact how the original piece of legislation that we were talking about, the Prescription and Limitation Act 1974, came onto the statute book. Everybody, I think, who works for and with survivors recognises that remains a glaring omission in the law. The ability to change that because of this legal technical difficulty is a problem, but the campaign goes on, the fight goes on. The survivors have shown great dignity, great courage and great tenacity. So on that one, I'd say watch this space and the fight will certainly continue. But you're right to say that currently the Act only applies, or the benefit of the new provision only applies to those abused after 1964.
But you think that there is potential or some scope at least to extend that to cover those survivors as well?
Well, the legal technical difficulty is very large, but the moral case is unanswerable, and therefore really it becomes a political question. To be fair, the Scottish Government and every member of the Scottish Parliament passed the new bill unanimously. They've shown a great willingness to do the right thing, so the problem really is theirs. It's a huge problem. And it's one that the survivors will not go away until it is resolved. So morally, there is an unanswerable case, and then we continue to look to them, although they've done the right thing, to do more.
Thank you very much for speaking to us this morning. It's Patrick McGuire there, a partner at Thompsons Solicitors.